Welcome, race fans, to the MRL Sunday Light Series. We are here tonight at Canadian Tire. Lots of storylines to talk about. Top one on the list has to be Story Square getting his first career MRL pole. He beat out both Hunty Wild and Xander, who are both well-respected road course racers. And speaking of Xander, he's actually not going to be showing up tonight. He got busy and couldn't show up, so he did damage control and submitted a lap, and he will be earning last place points for this race. So that is a top 5 spot up for grabs right there, and lots of people looking to take that spot. Story Square obviously looking to have a good night. He missed the first race, so he's looking to claw his way back into points. And we have our in-race reporter here tonight, Tansby Vegas, aka Liam, trying to get some points. So how you doing tonight, Liam?
I'm doing pretty good.
So last night at Canadian Tire, for the Cup Series race, we saw a fuel game played throughout the entire race. Are we expecting a repeat of that tonight, or do you think the fuel will be good and will just be hard racing all the way?
Nah, I think it's gonna be fair game still. To be honest with you, you know people are gonna be saving on under this pace lap and everything, gonna try to go that extra lap. And I mean, we saw last night how the difference of just pitting one lap bully can either gain or cost you time. So I think it's gonna be field management and trying to play different pit strategy.
That is fair enough, and this could be a big wild card race. You can gain and lose a fair amount of points depending on whether you pick the right strategy or not. We have our big three here, Hunty and Mopower, of whom are actually showing up, and then we have our dark horse here as well. Other dark horse pick from the Twitter poll this week, Justin Checkett. He had a P3 and a P5 for his first 2 races, and he's looking to try to get a decent run of his own as well. So we will see how that shakes on up for him. Liam's trying to get out of the mess that is the battle for P5 in the standings right now.
Well, the big thing I want to point out now is that you were talking that Mo Power Cat racing for a title. He's actually not in the lobby right now. Now, if this is going to be like show up at the last possible second, we'll have to see. But definitely, this is one of those races that with Xander taking last place points, you have a huge opportunity with not so many cars. BS, don't join yet, by the way. Yeah, there you go.
That was a brain fart right there.
No, you're fine. So with that, I will send you another invite. But yeah, currently only 12 drivers taking to the track tonight. Now, I don't know if that is Sunday typically has fewer drivers, and that's honestly probably why we have not as many cautions. In fact, actually, we're caution free so far this entire season. We want to continue that trend, especially at a road course. It's very hard, very easy to separate themselves. So we'll see if we can continue that trend. But yeah, both Xander and UK not showing up tonight. And in fact, actually, it is now 9.
Power did not send in a lap either, so he won't be getting the benefit of last place points.
All right. It is now 9:10. I will unpause the timer. Good luck, guys. In fact, actually, people are starting to back on out. Like I saw one person back out before the race officially started. So we'll have to see. We may actually see just over 11 cars, maybe potentially 12, hit the track tonight. There's a lot of potential upsets for this. Of course, we have Mr. Excitement from last night, Tiny NASCAR, whose points night is Monday. We, in fact, actually, if I'm looking at it right now, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and potentially. Yeah, that's it. Only 7 out of the 12 drivers are actually going to be racing for points. That is going to be huge.
Yeah, that's insane. That's a big opportunity for the 7 guys racing here for points to try to get as much as they can. Meanwhile, the Monday guys are going to be sitting here trying to play spoiler and win a race, looking at Tiny NASCAR, who won the Roval race back in season 0 on Mondays. So he's definitely a good road course racer in his own right. We'll see what he can do tonight.
We can take our invites. Thank you, Liam, for letting us know about that. So yeah, with that, only 12 drivers are going to hit the track tonight. Capped off
Oh, I was
by
muted. That was great.
Nathan showing up at the last possible second. So yeah, there we go.
You trying to get
Of
that
course,
little pit stall?
Of course, the main person to look out for is Hunty, but a shocking lap by Story Square though, outpacing him by an entire tenth, and for that to be done, that's no small feat. So we'll have to see how this goes. Like I said, there's 12 drivers here looking to get the win tonight, and of course the Monday drivers will go to the rear. And with that, Story Square basically is already there right now, so he. Can just move up towards the front a little bit. Gio had to go to the rear because, of course, he's running for Monday points, so he's essentially just kind of looking to see what kind of practice he can get here. Of course, this is a 36 lapper tonight, 90 miles in case you wanted to know the mileage. So essentially, it's going to be a pretty clear-cut strategy of pitting 3 times. Not really like in the Cup Series where you have to like save a little bit of fuel. It's basically run it until it's dry, and then you are off to the races.
And this should be a very good race tonight. Not a whole lot of new drivers that I can see. Just just Mr. Excitement that I see back there in the 6.
Of course, we also have Fire Slayer in the 92, making his first start. Technically, he has sent in a lap in race 1 at Auto Club, but this is his first time actually hitting the track. And RWI, of course, losing Wasted after last week. Essentially, he's the lone person actually racing for RWI across all the different series. He is on Sundays, no less. Wasted was running on Saturdays, and then with NASCAR Extreme Gaming as well as Broadcaster Clay being AFK for quite some time now, they are essentially dropping as the weeks go on in the team standings.
Yeah, that's very surprising. They were very much here and enforced during the first mini-season we had, especially on Mondays. Came very close to dethroning VPR on the Monday standings, but that kind of fell apart for them at the end, and now they're just not here at all. Wonder if they're taking a break, maybe preparing for season 1 proper, or if they're just gone.
Oh, I guess we'll have to see. Interesting choice by Story Square to pick the outside turn 1, but inside for turn 2. Now we saw this with Hunty last time, and I wonder if he was watching the race and see if he's saying, you know what, as long as I can at least hold steady going into turn 2, I can actually pull on away coming out of turn 2. So interesting call from him right there.
Well, isn't Justin also his teammate too?
Story Square,
right,
that is correct, yes. Both the Chaos Crew finish right in front of each other, so that is the 0 as well as the 10, so excellent call from that, Liam. But as we go into the front stretch right here, this 36 lapper, now 35 laps to go as we cross the stripe. We are green here for the Xfinity Series above the border here, and just like that, you can actually see that the 0 actually was able to clear the 15 right there, and because of that, you can see that the 0 actually has some good pace, but the 10 behind him bounces off the wall, and because of that, you have to see everyone go wide and kind of fan on out a little bit. I'm on board with Mr. Excitement, who's going to throw it down to 92. The 92 of Fire Slayer cut on down with them right there, immediately apologizing. I think the 92 of Fire Slayer did not know that the 6 was going to be there, But now this is going to be the big test right here. Who's going to be late on the brakes going into the double right-hander? Watch on out. Everyone's going to have different braking zones. Everyone has to watch on out for each other. And 3 wide coming out of the double right-hander. Oh my goodness, Liam, you're in the middle. I don't know if you even realized you were.
No, I realized.
Okay, okay.
Dodie said so like he misjudged his braking point there. Well, we kept it clean though.
And an absolute mess in the back. Meanwhile, Agent Orange has gotten second and is now looking for the lead.
Yes, a very because of where he started. Technically, that outside just moved forward. Everyone on the outside that was supposed to start there did not show up. So because of that, he was able to move up a couple places, and because of where everyone was making contact, he was able just to zoom on around and look at that. Look at that battle going on in the back. It looks like the 93 is already out of this race. Oh my goodness, and we already took the green flag, and that is very unfortunate for the 93.
Very unfortunate indeed, and it must have kind of very similar to what happened with Cyber yesterday, albeit a lot sooner. Cyber had a very good run yesterday. He lagged out early.
But yeah, that is, well, the thing is, at the same time, at least Loho can say, he's like, you know what, this was not my points tonight, this is just for fun anyway. I'll have to see how that goes. As Liam, you, holy goodness me, you were 3 wide coming out of the double right again.
Meanwhile, we've got battle for the lead up here in the 51 of Nathan underneath the 0 story square. Nathan's been showing some speed here at Canadian Tire this weekend.
Of course, he kind of botched his own strategy last night. 0 though coming back. Oh my goodness, that was a hyper-aggressive move, but he made it work. I'm sure the 51's going to probably repay the favor a little bit, but yeah, a little bit of contact forces him wide a little bit. But that was all set by the 0 setting that into motion going into the first right. The 15 making a little bit of move, went a little bit maybe too ambitious going to the turn 1, and with that, the 51 will actually have the lead. The 0, though, kind of like playing calm, cool, and collected, will kind of back on off a little bit sooner, trying to be like, you know what, let's just regroup for P2 right here. And there we go. Oh, the 10 goes wide. He's in the grass.
Not ideal to be going wide in the grass through there, but it's so easy to do. This place is very tricky, and you can go off track in a wide variety of ways.
Oh, that was a great idea by the 0 right there. But that just shows that going wide with the 15, what he did right there, he's actually going to have that momentum, making that backstretch a little bit longer. And he's going to go side by side and actually try to clear the 51 before we go into the high-speed right-hander here. But I don't think he will. The 51 will have to be there. But, oh, actually he does. Oh, just a little bit later on the brakes, and the 15 will take the lead.
That's a good solid clear by him, and meanwhile the 92 and 92's running back here in P6. I see Gio running P4. 92's first start, he's looking pretty good so far. Solid P6 out of 11 cars left on track.
Yeah, well, again, that essentially means that one unfortunate soul will not get a guaranteed top 10 here. With Loho lagging out like that, that is not what you want to do, especially with a small field like this. But that just means that was another Monday driver that is not going to take away the points from the Sunday guys. And if we look at it right now, out of the top 5 right now, there's only 2 that are Sunday drivers.
Yep, that would be the 0 of Story Square and the 15 of Hunty. And that's very surprising, but that's a very big gain for the 0 of Story Square and 15 of Hunty.
Of course, the next Sunday driver comes in P6. That is the 92 of Fire Slayer, and then right behind him is going to be our in-race reporter of Liam. Liam, how are you feeling right now in P7?
I'm feeling too good for my own good.
I don't know what that means, but we're going to roll with it.
I'm feeling great.
Okay. Well, okay. Actually, if you could give us first a lap update and then a potential strategy. Yeah. What are you thinking? What are you thinking right now?
What am I thinking? I think you're gonna see exactly what happened last night. You're gonna have people start saving probably near the end of the run, and you got people saving probably right about now, if I had to take a guess.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, though. I thought it was a pretty clear three-stop strategy. Good talk, Liam.
Could...
All right.
I was trying to think about how I was going to respond to that, to be honest. It could be, but we saw the advantage of pitting a lap Lato and pitting a lap Bolio last night, and what was it? I touched on it last night that I blew a tire and everything, just trying to save fuel and everything. So doing that actually does burn up the tire. So if it comes down to it, and some of these guys pit at lap 8 and everything, and they're close on fuel near the end of the race, you know, they risk the chance of blowing that tire and everything. So would you rather save now and try to know now that you can make it all the way to the end and not have to save, or would you rather pit every 8 laps and know that you have to save just a little?
I can see now what you mean right there. Definitely, it's, you don't really think that Canadian Tire is a really tire wear heavy road course. I mean, of course, it's not. It has curves and banks to it. The real tire wear comes with like the really flat ones, so like Road America, Mid Ohio to a degree. But yeah, like definitely those road courses are a lot harder on the tires. But yeah, we'll definitely have to see as we go. But the battle for the top 5 right now is actually raging. So the 51 has P2 as the 15 is starting to advance his lead a little bit. But the 0, the 36 are all in a dead heat for P3, and then the 44 Geo right now is back there in the P5 position.
And at the beginning of this race, it was a 3-car breakaway, but you see that these guys near the end of the run are starting to pull back up onto them, especially the 36 of Tiny NASCAR. Are those front 3 saving it all, or are they just running, and are these guys charging up on them just a little bit faster near the end of the run?
I'm definitely not entirely sure. I mean, like, it's hard to tell because we don't have the telemetry. In order to look at it, it's not like F1 like I was talking about last night, where you can actually like see their off throttle, on throttle, how much tire they have, what their lap times, sector times, and all that. But lovely camera shot by the 0 right there. I gotta love how NASCAR Heat 5 has the broadcaster view. He was on 2 right side wheels right there, and but he just kept pulling it off like he was on all fours.
Ooh, he's loose right there.
Oh yeah, he was about to wreck out, and 36 got around that, took that opportunity to take that P3 position right there.
And there are so many low grip places around the racetrack coming around past this double right-hander. You can lose traction coming off that last double right-hander if you are on the throttle but not straightened out. Then there's a possibility to overdrive this right-hander up here, and then you can just lose traction in so many places, and it's not even funny.
Well, you were in this race last night, and now unfortunately strategy did not go your way.
36 in.
Ooh, that is a very interesting time to pit here.
Lap update?
Coming to lap 9.
Coming to
lap 8 right now.
That is one lap short. Yeah, ideally, everyone wants to be pitting this lap. And I think that's what Hunty's trying to do right now. I think he's just trying to limp it around because the 51 is all over his back bumper. And I think he's actually just going to give up the bottom, saying, you know what, I don't want to race right now. I have a strategy to keep my eye on.
And I just thought about if he pit coming to lap 9, that way meant he really went 7 laps under green instead of 8. So
yeah,
actually that's 2 laps short.
Yeah, because that first lap is essentially a free lap right there. As long as you take care of your tires, people don't really think about it, but that is, when it comes to a road course, a free lap when it comes to fuel saving, tire saving. I mean, people have to take advantage of that. And you can see that 36, I mean, if we continue caution-free like we have the previous Sundays, he's going to be on the outside looking in.
Yeah, for sure. I think this race is going to require a lot of saving. We've got 2 more. Hunty's going to stay out again. He did this last night in the Cup race. If you'll recall, he went 11 laps on one run to give himself an easier time at the end. And I believe we have someone else out.
And Liam is actually also, that's the other car that is going to stay on out. So Liam as well, learning from last night, and again looking for redemption after what happened last night. And we'll have to see if he can get it done and maybe get a podium for VPR.
I think these guys who are out this extra lap are going to have a significant advantage over those who had to pit this time. I think that this is the optimal strategy, the one that the 15 and the 78 are on right now. So we'll see how it plays out for them.
So the 10 of Justin Shack is also on the same strategy, but I don't know if he spun or what happened. But he is so far behind the rest of the pack, though. But he is staying out, and he will make his first green flag stop this time around. I would assume this time around, at least.
What if he already pitted?
The 10?
Nah.
He did or did not?
I'm just saying, what if he did? I didn't see him on pit road.
Oh, exactly. I don't think he did. I think he's saving right now. That's what I'm thinking.
He's got two cars in front of him. That would be...
The 15 is
okay,
on
Jagger
pit lane right now. Yeah.
6.
So there's the 15, and I'm assuming, Liam, you're going to be coming in this time as well, right?
Correct.
Don't speed.
I didn't. I made sure.
Of course, now this is going to be interesting to see where the 36 is going to come on out in relation to the 15. I'm assuming that since the 36 is going balls to the wall strategy, he's going to take the lead pretty handily here. But again, since he's running for Mondays, he's not going to get collecting points. He's just here for the win. In fact, actually, there we go. If I'm... Yeah, right there. The pass for the lead is right there. 15 of Hunty should be able to maintain P2. Ooh, just barely over Story Square.
Shackett did not pit.
Maybe he did already come on down. Maybe I was just wrong on that. But the 89 of Jagger and the 6 of Mr. Excitement... definitely having a heated battle back here. And Liam, there you go, coming out of the pits. Could you give us a position update on you, so we know where
I am P6.
P6. So that is P7 and P8, with meaning that Shackett right there is P9. I would assume then behind that is the 92 of Firesight. He must have sped because he is far behind the rest of the pack. Because he was battling for the top 5 at one point.
Yeah, he was right around the 44 of Gio, and he's nowhere to be found. Gio, of course, having a good run. He's sitting here with a top 5, but again, the Monday driver, so it doesn't really... It's good practice, but he's not getting points for this.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, sometimes I know Nathan's told me this after races, Gio especially. He uses this as practice, literally, to see what works, what doesn't, what do I need to hit my marks, what kind of strategy should I be on the lookout for. Meanwhile, we talked about this last week, BS. There is actually an advantage to racing on Sundays, and there's an advantage to racing on Mondays. Sundays, you could try out, you could trailblaze a strategy. And Mondays, essentially, you look at what worked and what didn't on Sunday and improve on that. So it's interesting to see the various strategies that are going through the Sunday drivers right now, because honestly, if they watch the Saturday series, essentially cutting out an entire pit stop was faster than trying to just force it and make a four-stopper out of this.
And some people got the memo that race, and some people didn't. And we saw the big winners and losers out of that. And I think, will the 36 get the memo here? I'm not sure. Maybe he's just driving around hoping for a caution. But that's a terrible thing to do in a series with a precedent of no cautions thus far this season.
Yeah, exactly. Essentially, that's hoping it's going to rain in the desert. Oh, the 44 must have just got loose right there and just binned it, but he did a perfect 360, so he just continues like nothing happened. Actually, we caught that as it happened live, so I probably only like maybe a 2-second time loss at most. But again, that's a Monday driver. And to reiterate here, out of the top 5 right now, only 2 Sunday drivers are going to get points out of this race. Everyone else is a Monday driver.
And that's a huge boon for the Sunday drivers that are up here, because that's a huge points gap. You're talking at least 15 points from Story Square sitting in P3 back to...
Oh, the Hunty gets way loose coming out of the double right-hander. I didn't mean to cut you off right there, but he catches it, and because of that, we'll lose a crap ton of time. Hunty, though, very not so comfortable in these Xfinity cars as he was in his 0-0 last night.
Yep, of course he was wanting his cup car in the Xfinity race tonight in the Discord chat.
Definitely, that was not going to pass inspection. We're not going to pull a Big Bill France and allow the Xfinity cars at the time to just go on and take the first Talladega race. I don't know if you know the story about the first Talladega race. There was only 3 Cup cars in the field, and the rest was at the time the Xfinity Series to kind of just pad out the field number.
And I'm not aware if that... Yeah, probably. I don't know.
But I'm looking at this battle there for just outside the top, for the completion of the top 10, let me rephrase that. So Liam, essentially right behind you, you see basically 4 cars all under a blanket. By the way, shout out to everyone in chat right now. We have Brandon in chat rooting on, well, at the time it was Loho, but unfortunately after lap 1, he's now shifted his focus onto Liam. And also Baseball Kid in chat, what's up? Xander as well saying hello from Detroit. Wish you were here, bud, but we don't know what happened right there. But yeah, excellent racing from these guys back here. That was a huge move from the 92 as he's trying to recover from that pit road speeding penalty.
Yeah, I've been watching that battle behind me that time.
In fact, actually, where are you at in relation in terms of like how far up the road are you?
I'm 3.2 ahead.
Okay, well, yeah, you're going to be out of harm's way right now, and it looks like you're actually catching up on your Saturday Cup owner of Gio right there. It looks like he's not quite working it, unless he's starting to save fuel, unless like he's starting to go into practice gear for tomorrow.
Probably, plus I don't see Gio being one of those people to just... I know Gio wants the best finish he can, but I don't think he's also going to take away points from people that race in the series full-time, full points. That kind of makes sense.
Oh, I'll have to see how that goes. Looks like the 36 has definitely extended his gap over P2 of Hunty there. In fact, actually, he's going under threat from the 0 Story Square. But again, the 0 has pit on the same lap as the 36 there. You can see the gap right there. Those dots in the background is what is P2 and P3. But currently, if without a caution, the 36 and the 0 will have to make another stop in relation to where the 15 can just go scot-free.
I'm just having a great time watching these 2 rookies to the series battle it out back here. The 6 and the 92 for P7, and then you have Dark Horse Justin Jacket.
Oh, what
right
a move by the 92 right there. That was a huge move. The 92 going to try to get it done. Then 6, I thought was he pitting? I can't tell. Oh, he was right there. He came in a little bit too hot, though. In fact,
that looked aggressive for sure. What lap are we on?
Pitted that lap. Lap 16.
6. Ooh.
I mean, but like you guys noticed, though, a lot of these people
he was
on Monday drivers, so...
The Mr. Excitement on the Discord saying that he got sent out of sorts. I didn't see the contact. I mean, we'll have to see how it was from the 10, but I was on board with the 10. There wasn't a contact to make it, but we'll have to take a look at that. But we'll have to see because that did give him a pit road speeding penalty. We'll have to see the 10's replay. It could have been a bubble, or could have just been contact. We'll have to take a look at that after the race.
I think the guys who are on pit road now are on the outside looking in here. 16 laps. We've already demonstrated that guys can go 8, 9 laps, I believe, with Hunty there making it 9 laps around. So these guys who pit now, they aren't going to be able to make it in the clear 3 stop. They're probably going to have to come in and top off near the end.
And that's going to be a huge thing here. And actually, let me. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Take it over, you guys.
Yep, so, lap 17, and nobody knew that I've seen on pit road. Ethan's still on track, so he's learning. 44 in the grass right there. Just freshly out of the pits, hopefully, and he can make some time on those 4 fresh fuel goods.
So let me ask you a question here, BS, since we kind of did it last week at Gateway. Who's the driver that's been surprising, who's caught your eye this race?
Now that is a good question. Well, the obvious answer is...
might be in.
Yeah, I was on board with him as he went on the pit road, and this would be lap 18?
Yes, so.
Okay, so Tiny NASCAR stretched at that run. Whether it's going to be enough, I don't know. I think he has to find an extra lap somewhere to make that strategy work now, but he is at least learning. He's evolving. But to actually answer your question, I think the obvious answer was Story Square just for his qualifying lap, but in race, I think Fire Slayer has to be my answer. This is his first race, and he was battling with Mr. Excitement for P7 before a pit stop started, and even on the first run, he seemed to have a lot of speed, so he was doing pretty good, and then he got that unfortunate speeding penalty. But just mistakes like that are pretty fixable, in my opinion, and it's kind of predictable for a rookie to make those kinds of mistakes. He just needs to clean that up, and he'll be in good shape, I think.
Now, Liam, I know that you were asking. But by the way, I'm back. I looked at the footage. So going through the first, the second to last corner before going to the front stretch, there was contact between the 10 and the 6, but that definitely did not send him into pit road. So I think the 6 just was not able to slow down enough. But I mean, nothing too crazy that we haven't seen before. It wasn't like an outright shunt on the pit road. It was going into the
we had
corner.
more people hit that lap.
Yeah.
Me and
so,
Humpty still stayed out.
Essentially, nothing that needs to be worried about. But yeah, that was definitely interesting, though. Unfortunately, the 6 will have to make a recovery drive. But yeah.
Humpty and Liam still out on the racetrack on lap 19. I think these two are both pretty safe to say they can make it in one more stop here. I would assume both of them would be pitting this time. We're looking at drivers who are pitting on lap 16. Nathan freshly coming out of the pits. He pitted lap 18, so he should be good to go as well.
Yeah, even then, it's going to be close. When I was gone, the 36, you said the 36 was starting to save a little bit. Now, is that going to be too little too late? And start the fuel and tire watch. I don't know. I mean, there's still a lot of time. I guess if you're going to catch a strategy error, catch it early. But I don't know. The 36 definitely has the pace, but does he
Someone's
have...
out of field. We'll take the 61.
Oh, hang on. Let's go on board with him. Yeah, it looks like, yep, he is out of fuel, but unfortunately for Keith, that is going to be a race under for him. Probably, actually, that's going to put him a lap... I think he actually is a lap down right now, so lucky for him, he's going to be the only one on the lead, on the lucky dog range, so, I mean... Potentially, we'll have to see how that's going to work out for him. As Liam, you enter your box, the 15 pulls away, and there goes the 36. He's going to comfortably take the top spot again.
Ooh, Story Square really loose coming through turn 1. That's another place you can really lose grip, is the entry of turn 1. You don't really think about it too much as you do and this right-hander coming up right here as I'm on Story Square's camera. But you can lose a lot of grip in a lot of strange places.
Yeah, and actually, I like the line that he took right there. Essentially, allows him to be really aggressive going into the corner, and then just...
BS got drivers that's been impressing you. He's battling for a top 5 at the moment.
And that Fire Slayer, looking for
Fire
him
Slayer,
right
yeah.
here. Yep.
Yep, there he is.
Fire Slayer, he is battling with Geo. And Geo, he pitted on lap, he pitted at the end of lap 16, so he is definitely on the outside looking in on fuel. I don't know when Fire Slayer pitted, but he may or may not be in the same boat.
Now, again, I like what the 92 tried to do in that double right-hander, but unfortunately, trying to make the pass, you have to either essentially reverse slide job. You have to gas it up in the middle of that double right, and then be in their lane as they start to gas it up, and so they have nowhere to go. But I liked what he tried to do, but unfortunately, he ran out of space while doing it.
Yeah, for sure, and I think he's biding his time here. There's still, as he is to all there, great job. Caster curse, but I don't think he's going to be in too much of a rush to make this pass here. There's 20 laps to go, and it's not like he's really holding them up. Ooh, aggressive going through that corner.
But yeah, that's the same line. That's the line that I like to take around there, and you can see everyone behind him doing the exact same line as well. Essentially, it just allows you to carry a lot more momentum going into that long stretch before going to the double right.
That's interesting because I spent my whole cup race whole day on Saturday practicing for this race, and I practiced the opposite route where you kind of enter in on the
high side. Yeah.
On the high side, and you kind of try to roll. Yeah, and sometimes I'll exit high, but sometimes I'll end up exiting a little bit lows, and I liked it because I felt like I could get a lot more exit speed. Where I would go, if I went in low coming into that corner, I would exit at 100 leaving the dark patch, but if I took it high going in and arced it in there really good, I could be hitting 106, 107 coming off the dark patch.
Ooh, potential battle for the lead right now. The 15 got underneath the 36, but the 36 will have the higher side momentum and the straighter shot coming out of the double right, and that will just carry him all the way down this backstretch right here. And unfortunately, the 15 will have to wait another lap. But it looks like the 36 right now is not saving at all, and that is just going to hurt him in the long run.
We'll see how it goes. Hunty's got a 2-lap advantage on the 36 as well, so he can definitely afford to burn a little bit of fuel and pursue the lead here. Meanwhile, the 36, he can't pit early again, or else he's really out of it.
Ooh, a bumper to the back of the 36 right there. It's just saying, hey, I'm here right now. That's just a warning shot. Everything else after that is going to be okay, now you're holding me up, and then doing the Dale Earnhardt 1, 2, 3. But yeah, going back to the rest of the pack right here, this is insane racing. So, Gio, that is for the outside of the top 5, correct?
Correct.
All right,
Not to your left, though. Class that by the Fire Slayer there. He moved Gio out the way, let Gio back by. No harm, no foul.
Again.
Ravel. Probably something Gio's going to keep in mind later, but...
Oh, and that may be a spot to the 92, but again, you don't want to be side by side going through this fast left-hander, and in fact, actually, you want to get the spot. Oh, he went way on the brake, but the 44 is planting his car exactly where the 92 wants to go.
And that's how you stop an attacker from passing you. Ooh, and something happened to the 36 because not only did 15 get around him, but 0 did as well.
Oh, and we were on board with that battle, so I apologize to the viewers. We must have missed that. But yeah, that was obviously something that we missed. But one thing I'm also seeing right now is that the 0 story score is actually starting to close in the gap. He's starting to turn up the wick a little bit.
Gio's pitting here.
Oh, Gio.
Slap 23 at the moment. Coming to 24.
He definitely will not make it then. He's in my situation from yesterday.
Yeah, that's 14 laps to go.
Super unfortunate. Unless he can pull a Gazander strategy and try to save enough fuel. But That
Hey
is,
Xander, can I borrow your shifter?
yeah. Apparently, Baseball Kid giving us the update here. He was watching Hunty stream and he said the 36 got loose and spun. I'm
That explains a
assuming.
lot. I'm impressed he didn't lose it more time than if that's the case.
Probably just a trick 360.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, because if he was able to get it going.
Even that'll, it made them slow down too.
But yeah, even with that.
On...
Because, yeah, I'm just looking at where the 15 is. He didn't lose an insane amount of time. Like, much like what Liam said, it must have been like a quick spin. So it was probably somewhere like close to where Gio did it. Like, he whipped it in this corner right here. So, I mean, maybe it was there, but also maybe it had been off the double right-hander. So who knows?
The world may never know, but
The world may never know.
Liam in P6 right now having a good run. I'm kind of expecting a top 5 here. I think there's going to be a couple more guys in front of him who aren't going to quite be able to make the fuel strategy work.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can name all but Hunty and himself right there that won't be able to make it work. Basically, everyone else is on the outside looking in.
Now we show 10 of Justin Checkett is in. That's on lap, I believe, 25.
Yeah, and it's 12 to go at the moment, so
he's going to be on the outside looking in as well. So, unfortunately, he will have to come back down another time.
Yep, I'm going right on board with the 92 of Fireslayer here. He's recovering from his speeding penalty pretty nicely. We'll see what kind of pit strategy he's on, as he looks like he's closing in on the 51 of Nathan.
I was going to say, who's that call? Is that Nathan Fireslayer was catching?
Yeah, that is
Yes.
the 51 of Nathan.
Okay. So Letton here and Kit in there.
But Liam, actually, you would know. Can the 92, is he on the strategy? As I say that, he makes into the pit. Never mind. Answer that question. All right.
No, he pitted a lap after Gio. He is.
That's. Oh, but I guess the race is on for essentially
Go, by the way.
Thank you. Essentially, the race is on for P3 on. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to get that spot. I mean, the 36 and the 0 are still they have been gapped a little bit, but they're still racing for the spot right there. The 6 gets out of the way, heads up driving from him again. Just not the night that he would have wanted, but Mr. Excitement making his debut in the Sunday series, definitely made a statement last night as well, finishing within the top 10. So on his debut race, or in the Saturday Cup series at least, an excellent showing.
Yep, well done to him indeed. Probably not the race he was looking for here, but he could still hold his head up high. He's had a good weekend. As 36 is coming in, I believe this is lap 27, so he's on the outside, but I think he's within range to make this work.
Yeah, he's doable, but he'll have to save. 100% have to save. I think he realized this strategy a little too late.
I think it's a little too late for a win, but he can still get a podium out of this. However, he's racing on Monday, so not sure how much that matters.
Well, a podium's a podium, no matter how you slice it. I mean, shoot, especially when you are essentially here for just for shots and goggles. You know, you're practicing to see what works and what doesn't. Essentially, he's going to go into tomorrow knowing that, okay, a 3-stop is the way to go. If we go caution-free, which, I mean, I'm loving the racing that we have right now. If we go have a caution-free race, it's all to play for. You better start saving the fuel and the tires from the onset, because you are going to be in a world of hurt and playing catch-up if you don't.
Yep, for sure. But on the other hand, Monday has had the most cautions of all MRL series coming into this weekend, and I know it's a road course, but I'm thinking we could see some fireworks on Monday.
Oh yeah, definitely. Consistently, the Zero Story Square able to make his final stop. And actually, he was able to stretch it another lap, pitting on the same lap as the 15 of Hunty, making contact in the pit lane as you do.
Tell you
And
what, something that
51 is
surprised me
stayed
is,
out.
yeah, Nathan stayed out there.
Interesting. I wonder if he's just going to go for broke.
I've caught him a little too, so he's saving.
Are we on lap 28?
Yeah. Oh, I'm on board with him. I can tell he's short shifting. He's super ginger coming off the throttle, or coming into the throttle. Yeah, he is saving fuel and tires. So I'm assuming he's going to come in this time.
You tell me people short shift to save? I'm just riding in fourth gear.
Well, I mean that too, but like he has a shifter. I mean, people with short shifts essentially you only shift when necessary, and then if you do have to, you just basically just shift it quickly back into fourth gear in order to catch it. So like this isn't, since Canadian Tire is one of the fastest road courses. You don't really use second gear that much, but like at like Road America per se, like you quickly shift it down in a second and then quickly back up into third, fourth. Or at least that's what some people do. Not everyone does.
And Nathan is indeed coming in this time. I rode along board with him that entire lap, so he should be good to go for all the way to the end. I don't think he has to save at all. He can just drive as hard as he can, see if he can catch guys in front of him.
And meanwhile, I'm seeing the 36 is indeed saving right now, and the 0 is catching him.
He did something because he just went by us.
Wait a minute. Oh, no, he's still ahead of the field. Yeah, Hunty already pit.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, like, he was the only one that passed us.
36 is P2, I believe.
Yep, and there goes Fire Slayer. Yeah, everyone already passed you. Well, one thing I'm also seeing is two drivers that just cannot escape each other is the 10 and the 89. The 10 of Justin Shack and the 89 of Jagger. Those two have been going at it in a good way.
Too bad, Jack. That was me last week.
In a good way, I'll say it this time. But yeah, those two looks like starting to separate a little bit, because as soon as one makes a mistake, the other just pulls right back in, and it's just like a rinse and repeat cycle. But it looks like one of them is finally starting to get the move along here, so we'll have to see how that goes. Now, Liam, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're 100% good to go now, right?
Yeah.
And it's coming to 6 to go?
Should be, yes. 6 or 7 to go.
Gotcha.
I'll confirm at the line.
Gotcha. So yeah, like right now the 36 is on the outside looking in. The 0 definitely can make it because he pit on the same lap as the 15 of Hunty. Now, as long as the 15 of Hunty himself can just ride these few laps, not make a mistake, and then you can see what may happen here. But,
yeah, 7 to go.
Oh, yeah, 7 to go. There we go. But yeah, Hunty for sure can make it. Liam can make it. 0 can make it. The 36 of the 36 and the 51, or the 51 can also make it. The 36 is going to be the only one currently in the top 5 that is going to be a little off. The 92 for sure cannot make it.
Gio is in for his final stop.
That's got to be gutting. I mean, again, you're not racing for points, so essentially you're learning for tomorrow and knowing that, hey, 4 stops not going to work.
That's the advantage of running on Sundays. You can just do whatever and then be like, hey, what did they do to beat me? And then, oh, so 3 stops is the way. Okay, cool. And then you might practice that for tomorrow.
Exactly. Start saving fuel a little bit. Practicing the tire saving technique, because at the same time, you can save the fuel all you want, but you have to also make sure that your tires make it. You can't blow a tire around here. It's a road course. It's very different than blowing a tire on a speedway where, you only have to be on the track for a little bit. A road course, I mean, you have to putt all the way around, and not being able to turn. The thing's going to handle in, like, literally, like a like a leash dog, wanting to get away from you. But I mean, you have to be able to contain it. 61 of Keith looks like about to go another lap down to our leader of Hunty. Again, not the race he wanted, but he's still out there completing the laps, and for a guy like Keith, just turning laps, showing up for the races, and that's exactly what you need, is just a person that shows up, and he's just collecting points by literally coming up here and racing.
Mowing the grass.
Yeah, mowing the grass, he's getting everything set up for tomorrow.
Hey, I mean, that's points. I mean, top 12 is, what, 124 points minimum?
Yeah, just for showing up. And, of course, Xander is going to get 13th place points, so that's going to be 120 points. It's either, no, 121. Yeah.
He's actually going to have 127 because Lohu lagged out and it's going to be P12.
No, Xander gets last place points because Loho showed. Oh, yeah, well,
no. I'm talking about...
No,
Lohu gets 12, right?
No, because it's so the amount of finishers, and then one place below.
Lohu gets 12 because
Loho
finished 12th.
Gets 12. Yeah, Xander will get 13th place points.
So Keith's guaranteed 11th.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where the confusion was, but we figured it out.
I think you said that Xander was getting 12th, and I'm just like, well, no.
No,
okay.
I didn't.
I'm pretty sure he did. Liam, did he say that?
I don't know.
All right, well, thank you.
He's probably focusing, but I'm pretty sure I said Loho was going to get... I'm pretty sure I said Keith was going to get 127 points because Loho finished 12th because he lagged out. That's why I was getting at.
I think I see where the confusion was. Either way, though, the race itself is starting to wrap up, so points are about to be paid out right now. If I'm counting the laps correctly, Liam, this is 3 to go, correct?
Hold up a second.
Where are you at? There you are.
4 to go.
I'm always one off. So 4 to go right now. But yeah, this race is coming to a close right now. I also like how I noticed that the 44 of Gio changes manufacturer every time he races. But question from, or actually 2 separate comments right now, saying that Baseball Kid looking on Hunty's stream, saying that he has to save. Now that's interesting. I thought we calculated the math correctly, but I guess we didn't.
No. And who's that in front of?
That's Mr. Excitement.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is a lap down.
I think he.
I wasn't sure if it was.
Yeah, he must have whipped it coming out of the double right. So I guess just a bad night gets worse. But you know what? He showed up for the race, so as long as he finishes, he's getting a top 10 out of this. So it's just one of those nights, and there you see the 92 of Fire Slayer coming on down, but we knew he couldn't make it. But we also have a question in chat. Brandon is asking Liam, what position are you in? P6, right?
P6, about to be P5.
There you go.
P5 now. I'm slowly getting Nathan. I think it's going to be a little too late.
It's a good thing that Liam lag is not so potent here at road courses, because that was a Liam lag, right? Hello. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, Hunty does not have to save. So baseball, I'm sorry, I don't know where you're getting your info from, but yeah, he does not have to save.
And I'm running wrong with someone who did have to save. According to our calculations, the 36 of Tiny NASCARs were coming to 2 to go here. We will see how he fares. Will he run out, or will he be able to make it?
Yeah, he is coming to 2 to go right now, and normally if you're going full throttle, this would be your in lap. You'd be pitting right now, so I mean, I guess he has saved a little bit, but can he make it 2 more laps? That is going to be the question here.
We do not know the answer to that, but we will indeed find out. Story Square right behind him, looking for some the 36 of Tiny NASCAR to run out, because if he does, that is a free spot to him.
Also, Brandon clarified in chat saying that he's also watching Hunty's stream, and his number keeps going down, coming out of the double right. And I said this last night, and it goes for
That's
all
what I want to
series.
hear.
Yeah, Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. His counter, if you come out of the double right and your counter goes down at that point, you can make it all the way around. So he is for sure able to make it. So I guess that was clarifying that right there. I'm sure the 15 wants to take the white flag, much like what he did last night. We're on board with him going through the S's right there. I guess the mini section of S's right here, and he will take the white flag. So this race is official.
Next flag ends the race.
Yep, whether it be a caution or the checkered, this race is 100% official. And as long as he can go one more lap without making a mistake,
and the 36 is in.
Oh, that has to be gutting, but this has to be just just a quick splash and go. It's one more lap. I mean, I can't imagine he's taking 4 tires for one lap.
Yeah, but he is going to lose P3, P4,
maybe
even P5 out of that.
Oh, but again, the bright side on this is that... Yeah, one lap, but he's not racing for points. I know that's probably not what he wants to hear, but... You know, just got to improve on that tomorrow. He was one spot or one lap short of getting that podium. But with that, though, Liam, that should put you into P3, right?
No, P4.
Oh, my goodness, you're not going to get your podium.
Oh, no, if Nathan messes up.
Terrible. Fired.
Oh, Liam. Oh, no,
I mean,
Liam, not
I
like
might
this.
have, but the seats overdrove the torn and moved me up the way, so...
With the 15, though, coming out of the S's and onto the front stretch, we're going to go back-to-back, and 2 nights will take the victory here in Sunday Night Lights.
And Story Square driving from the pole up to P2. He's coming through the last set of corners right here. Coming through this hard right-hander. Don't lose the grip. It probably doesn't matter, but you're good. And he's going to take P2.
Excellent drive from him, because remember, he actually pit on the same lap as the 36, and the very opening lap. So he was able to save that extra lap that the 36 was not able to. But coming to the line, looks like the 51 was able to get a podium. Liam, not like this. Oh,
like
no.
I said, the sits overdrove the torn the lap before. Cost me a second there.
All right. So with that, I'm going to... BS, if you want to close it on out, I'm going to talk to the Discord.
Alright, and that was a clean finish right there. Not what you wanted to see from the 36, but again, he is not racing for points, so he can just roll it back, and hopefully he'll be here tomorrow and he'll rack them up and do it again tomorrow. Lessons learned. So that's our top 3 being Hunty, Story Square, and Nathan, with Liam being P4. Liam with good strategy there. He leapfrogged a couple of the other drivers who had better track position early on, but did not have the fuel strategy. So that is more points in his bucket. Unfortunately, Nathan did rob him of the lap sled there on the last stop, so that is very unfortunate, but hey, P4 is still 160 points. You take that. What do you think, Liam?
It is what it is.
But yeah, great race overall. Let's see who got the fastest lap here. If I take a guess, it's probably going to be Tiny NASCAR, but we will see. Maybe Hunty. Depend on who saved where and how much.
So with that, Hunty actually with a 17-1, basically his qualifying lap. So weird how that works out sometimes. But yeah, we're gonna get
Honestly, P2 with a 117.4.
Very even in terms of time distribution there. We'll have to see how that goes, but yeah, definitely you have a lot of Um, Jagger. One of the few times I actually laughed at Jagger right there. He's saying, "I can't believe I'm about to say this, but good racing jacket." So yeah, I thought that was funny. But yeah, with that, the podium guys, but I think you already saw that, is going to be Hunty, Story Square, and Nathan. So let's get these guys up in here. That
One thing I'd be curious to know is where Shackett finished coming into this because
P8.
P8, so he will get.
Oh, P7 actually, because he overtook Jagger at the end. So that those picks were a little um, uh, early.
I got you. So 142 points for him in his bucket. He will stay within reasonable range of the top dogs. We have a big three here in Sunday Lights. Two of them did not show tonight, and the other one dominated the race. But Shackett, I think it's been a pretty clear P4 in the overall season, and P7 here at a. Oh God, I hear myself.
Oh, Nathan, why do you always have some kind of echo?
Because if I turn my mic down, then you can't hear me talk. But if I turn it up and have my headphones all the way up, all you hear is your echo.
Bruh. All right. So with that, let's get into our interviews here. We have a very interesting podium, actually. A couple people actually was, I mean, I was definitely was not gonna peg them for being up here, but it's actually nice to see that the strategy and looking to overcome some early mistakes, and well, we can see the fruits of that labor right here. So we're gonna start with
Just
our
at me
P3.
next time.
I, I can do that. So with that, we're gonna go into Jeremy Clements. Where is he? That is the 51 of Nathan. Now, we all know Nathan. You use Sundays as practice whenever you can. Definitely, I feel like this is probably one of the tracks that you looked at and probably circled because it's a kind of a wild card. Definitely, and you saw what works and what didn't. I mean, what was it like from at one point being short on the strategy to having to save and make it up?
Well, first, this was not a race I circled at all. I don't circle any road courses, but for whatever reason this weekend, uh, I've felt pretty good here. I don't know if something just clicked or what. Probably the 500 laps of practice I did trying to get as fast of a qualifying time for tomorrow. Yeah, no, I went all out in the first stint, just trying to. I guess ego. I wanted to lead a lap, but obviously that's where I got behind the 15. Basically, was he was able to save that extra lap on the first stint when all I could uh, only do the regular run. So then I just had to ride around in fourth for the rest of the race. Ride around in fourth, downshift to second in the hairpin, and then get a run on the backstretch. But that was the only time I would shift and just kind of did that. And then I saved a lap more than Hunty and Story Square, and was able to go all out for the last stint there. But they were too far ahead, and I couldn't quite make it all up.
I see. Liam, who finished behind you, thought you were on the save strategy, so he was looking forward to that podium. But sometimes it's not in the cards.
It was fun though. It was a fun race. It was fun change of pace to not have to restart every 5 laps. That's all I'll say about that.
Gotcha. All right. So with that, BS, you have any thoughts for P3?
Yes, Nathan. Congratulations on P3. I know road courses aren't your thing, but well done. I think you've had a fantastic weekend.
Appreciate it.
All right. So with that, we actually move into our second place finisher. Now, Story Square, the last time you got into a podium, you did not accept the party invite, so we actually hear your voice this time. How you doing today, boss?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right, so Story, you have been in this league now for, I guess, technically 2 seasons. And coming out, it seems like you had the pace in some aspects, but sometimes it just didn't go your way. But it seems that this actually was your day here, and P2 was the result for you. Now, you had your first career pole. Does this add momentum as you move forward with the season?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the bad luck that I've kind of had over a few races didn't really help, but whenever I get that pole, I thought that it helped me out for the race, knowing that I wouldn't have to start too far back. But I honestly did not expect to even get second, actually, because I knew that there were a few good guys racing with us. So to finish second definitely means a lot, and going forward.
Now, Richmond is next week. Are you a short track racer type of guy? Because it seems like your podium last time came at Vegas, and the now here at Watkins Glen. Oh my God! Don't edit that out. And Canadian Tire. So two very different tracks. Richmond next with a short track. How do you feel about that?
I honestly feel pretty good. I think I've been pretty good at the short track is that the short tracks that we've actually gone to so far since I've been in the league. I just haven't really got the finishes. I remember we did Bristol one time, and I was honestly a top 2 car, and I ran second for most of the time, but that green-white checkered kind of knocked me back a little bit. But yeah, I feel pretty good going to Richmond. It's definitely a kind of technical track, so definitely gotta have patience with that.
All right, so with that, definitely at the patience will be the key there. But in Sundays, it seemed that a lot of give and take has been proven to be the major factor here on Sundays for the rest of the field. BS, do you have any thoughts for our second place finisher?
Congrats on P2 and congrats on your first ever pole, and I look forward to seeing what you can do at Richmond.
Thank you very much.
Now, we move on to our winner of Hunty. I have to go to Colby Howard for this one.
Who's that?
Hunty. Colby Howard, he raced in the Xfinity Series for JD Motorsports. But yeah, the 15 car, Project Hope Foundation, finishing P1 here. Now, it seemed like you were not the fastest car, but you had this strategy, much like last night. Now, I know you went on record and said that you don't like fuel-saving races, but it seemed that, once again, it was the strategy.
Yeah. I mean, I saved every stage except or run except the second to last one because I thought I could go out to the second to last one, but then I realized I had to save again on the last run.
Oof. It's one of those things that um, you have a big Mayo actually saying that you didn't win, but clearly he did. We have proof that it happened. But yeah, Hunty though, this is actually going to be a big momentum shift for your Sunday season. Now, of course, Saturday just has not been the start that you wanted, but you got the win last night. That adds momentum to the Saturday side of things. And now here on the Sunday side of things, with UK not showing up, Xander getting last place points, you're going to inherit the point lead out of this.
Huh.
Well, that's not the reaction I thought I was going to get. Huh.
Off of back-to-back wins too, he ought to have it pretty
He was
comfortably,
just
like 40 plus.
It's like, huh, okay, well.
I mean, this is the only series I haven't done bad on this series yet.
Well, now that you said so.
Until
Just
next
don't
week.
do bad then.
Next week I will.
Well, we all know that Richmond has barrels, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Yeah, Richmond is going to be next week, though. I know in the Xfinity cars, especially, Richmond is a bit of a, I guess, how should I say, a bit of a tire muncher. So, I mean, what do you think about that next week?
Trash.
I agree.
Well, definitely. We'll
They
have
all
to.
suck. I like Richmond.
Well, you're like the one person that does. I mean,
It's
sorry.
a, it's like Iowa, and I love Iowa.
Well,
That's trash too.
oh no, I'll fight you.
Those are
I'll
fight
fight you.
words.
I'll fight you on
Fight.
that one.
I live
Um,
right next to it. It's trash.
I live in the cornfields right next to it. Yeah, I can
Well,
I can tell you.
I live a state away from it. It's trash.
Okay, well that's right next. Okay, well whatever. But yeah, Hunty though, back-to-back wins. Now, of course, you're gonna be taking Mondays off. But next race is gonna be Canadian Tire. Do you feel like you can go 3 for 3?
Save.
Well, it's not gonna be saving because the stages are not gonna allow that. So, we'll
Oh,
have to see how that goes because barring a caution in the final stage, and I mean the strategy is basically just go for it. So we'll have to see.
I'll try.
All right, with that, BS. Any final thoughts for any of our podium finishers, or even Liam, who finished P4?
Great race tonight, guys. Hope to see you all here next week. And good luck.
Yes,
with
sir.
that,
Thank you.
I'm looking at the times for the Xfinity Series. Congrats, Hunty. You are not
Oh, was I
the.
muted?
Oh, good talk. So with that, we have.
Wow, BS still the disrespect.
With that, we are going to close on out for the night. We're not done with Canadian Tire. We have the Monday Night Lights coming up tomorrow. Of course, on this podium, 2 of them were Sunday drivers, but 1 of them will be racing there for points. So we'll have to see if the lessons learned from his father will come into play tomorrow. With that, we'll have we'll see it tomorrow, guys. Have a good one.